Girl, you did it. You survived 2024. And I know this may not have been the easiest year, mentally, physically, emotionally. Yeah, there may have been like some unexpected plot twists or curveballs thrown your way, but look at you. You survived, you're here, and that's something to be proud of. You're so strong, you're so brave because it must have not been easy, but you still chose to get up every single morning, do the difficult thing. You walked away from situations or people that didn't serve you anymore, still got out of your comfort zone and went after your goals. Like, even if you're not exactly where you want to be just yet, you've already come so far and you should be proud of yourself. I just wanted to make this video because I feel like someone out there needs to hear this message. And in this video, I also want to share the 5 lessons that I've learned this year, and hopefully it helps you as well. Hi, I'm Trixie, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things self-development and spirituality to help you become your best and brightest self. First lesson, nobody cares, so do not be afraid to be seen trying. Before, I used to be so afraid of being seen or being perceived on social media because I was like overly concerned about people judging me or like the evil eye, the negative energy. And I was like, nobody cares about me anyway, so like why would they watch my content? Like, why should I even try this out? But then I realized as I started making more and more videos on YouTube and TikTok, I realized that nobody cares, actually. So why not do it for me instead? Most of the time, everyone is really just thinking about themselves and they're concerned about their own problems. Yes, you can have their attention for a while, say you post something, but then it's just fleeting. We're afraid to start that project, to put ourselves out there, to try out this really new skill. We're afraid of like being seen trying. We're afraid of like becoming a complete noob, of looking like a fool, of looking weird. And honestly, that's part of life. Like, that's completely normal. Taking that first step is actually the hardest part. Once you're over that, you realize, hey, it's not so bad. You doing that is already such a win compared to the others who only dream about these things and don't take action. Even if you do fail at your first attempt, even if you do look like a complete noob or like weird for trying out this new thing, at least you tried. At least you're already one step ahead. In 2025, just do the thing that scares you because nobody cares. Second lesson, forgiveness and self-compassion go a long way. So I went through a breakup this year, and forgiveness has really helped me in my healing journey. Not just with my ex, forgiveness towards him, but also forgiveness towards myself. As cliche as it sounds, healing really is not linear. I'd find myself on some days feeling very nostalgic about the relationship and missing him. And then I would just really beat myself up over having those thoughts. Like, okay, you're not supposed to have that. Like, why are you doing that? You're supposed to be moving on. You're supposed to be okay by now. And I realized just how self critical I was with myself. Instead of just accepting them and being there for myself, like, I was just really judging myself for feeling that way. Not just in relationships, but also in my productivity. Say I rotted and was very lazy and I didn't focus on my to-do list, or I made a mistake, or I failed. Like, I would get so hard on myself, but I learned how to be kinder to myself, to accept where I am at that moment and just like really be there for myself. Here's a tip. Like, the moment you catch yourself being super overly critical, like, save a picture of you as a child on your phone. Imagine like whenever you're doing that, you're talking to her. So would you still talk to her in that way? Third lesson, you are not a victim and change begins with you. It's so easy to complain and feel frustrated about where you're at in life right now. This year, I've had to deal with those feelings of powerlessness, of like, why me? Like, I hate my life. Like, I feel like the whole world is against me. The thing is, like, I was complaining so much, but I was doing nothing about it. The truth is, like, honestly, like, this was a hard thing for me to learn, but nothing is gonna change if you're not gonna change. If you feel like you're stuck, you're still going to remain stuck. The thing is, like, I really had to be real with myself. Like, I had to work on these internal negative beliefs. Like, I had to get real with the narrative or the story that I was telling myself. I really had to question these beliefs and really, ask myself, like, is this really true? Or is this just coming from a place of fear? What's so powerful is your free will. Like, you are not stuck. Like, you can always decide. You can always choose how to live your life. You can always choose to do things differently, to think differently, have different thoughts. There's actually something called neuroplasticity, if you haven't heard the term. Basically means like the brain can actually change, it can adapt, it can like reorganize itself through constant repetition. So the more you choose to think different thoughts and the more you consistently repeat it to yourself, the more it creates a new story. It actually changes how you operate, how you see the world. Everything is just a reflection. Your outside world is a reflection of your internal world. So you can always switch the narrative to work things in your favor and you are not stuck. Fourth lesson, it's okay to disappoint people and be disliked because that just means you're living authentically. So I am a recovering people pleaser and I am still working on this, swear. What I learned this year is that not everyone is gonna like me. Like my actual existence triggers something in them, and that's okay. Like I shouldn't bend over backwards. I shouldn't try to mold myself into be someone that they like just to please them. No. I'd rather have a few select friends than like be friends with everyone and but still feel resentful because I'm not being my true self. The more you are authentic, the more you are real with who you are, the more you're going to attract the right people for you and the more the wrong people will just leave your life. And that's okay. So what if they don't like you? What are you going to do about it? Don't take it personally because what they do or what they say about you says a lot about them and their insecurities and not about you. Lastly, for my fifth lesson, your intuition is powerful. So use it. This year, I realized how important trusting your intuition is. When making a decision, when figuring out if somebody is to be trusted or not, the times that I did follow my intuition, it never failed me. Sometimes your body knows before you do. Sometimes your body will just protect you. It's very important to follow that and trust it. And I mentioned this before, like how would you differentiate whether or not it's your intuition or not? Anxiety screams, those overthinking, anxious thoughts, while intuition whispers. It's like a deep knowing. You can't explain it. It may seem weird, it may seem illogical, the truth may be uncomfortable, but that's your intuition talking to you, actually. Yeah, so those are the 5 lessons I've learned. So I hope it helped you. Honestly, like if I give my January 2024 self a life update about where I am right now, she would be so shocked. Because I feel like the me from January to May and then the me like June to now is so different. Like I feel like I've lived 2 completely different lives. I know that it's also the same for you, girl. Even if it doesn't seem like it, you have changed. Like you are not the you a year ago. You are moving forward more than you know, like even in subtle small ways. And you are evolving, and that's something to be proud of. That is something to celebrate. So I wish you a happy new year. I hope you enjoy the holidays. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, that's it. And I'll see you in my next. Bye.